What are the origins of Valentine's Day? Is Valentine's Day a non-public holiday that was created by Hallmark or other greeting card companies to get you to spend money? Here on the Matter of Facts channel, we will discuss that and 9 other interesting facts you might didn't know about that day. Have you ever wondered, how did Valentine's Day ever start? Most people know that Valentine's Day was named after its patron saint, Valentine, but there's actually some confusion surrounding which Saint Valentine the holiday technically honors. Valentine of Terni became Bishop of Interamna, now Terni, in central Italy, and is said to have been martyred during the persecution under Emperor Aurelian in 273. Valentine of Rome was a priest that was martyred in 269 and was added to the calendar of saints by Pope Gelasius I in 496. Most historians agree that Saint Valentine of Rome is the priest the holiday is named after. His reputation was known as a patron of lovers, which became synonymous with romance. However, some historians believe the holiday actually has its origins in the pagan fertility festival called Lupercalia, which was celebrated on February 15 in ancient Rome, which Pope Gelasius I eliminated in the 5th century and declared February 14th a day to celebrate the martyrdom of Saint Valentine. Has February 14th always been a celebration of love? As mentioned before, the pagan fertility festival, Lupercalia, was a bloody, violent, and sexually charged celebration where Roman men sacrificed goats, then used their skins to whip women in the belief that this would make them fertile. The celebration was ultimately denounced by Pope Gelasius in the late 5th century, but some suspect that its lusty spirit carried over into Valentine's Day traditions. We inherited our contemporary version of Valentine's Day from the Victorians. In 1382, Geoffrey Chaucer appears to have written the first recorded romantic poem, Parliaments of Fowls. Chaucer wrote, "For this was on St. Valentine's Day, when every fowl cometh there to chase his mate." Historian Jack B. Orach points out that the holiday had no romantic pretense, either literary or social, in customs before Chaucer. Now, the first Valentine was sent in the 15th century. The oldest known surviving record of a Valentine is currently in the British Library in London. It is a poem written by a French medieval duke named Charles to his wife in 1415. Charles penned this sweet note to his lover while he was imprisoned in the Tower of London at just 21 years old. One of the lines in the poem was, "I'm already sick of love, my very gentle Valentine." Was Valentine's Day invented by Hallmark or other card companies? Let's take a look. In the United States, Valentine's Day is often called the Hallmark holiday, and that the holiday only exists to sell greeting cards and chocolates. It's a common tale you hear every year. In the 2004 film, External Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, Jim Carrey's character, Joel, says,
"For Valentine's Day 2004, today is a holiday invented by grid companies to make people feel like crap. What ditched work today?"
As it turns out, Valentine's Day and Valentine's Day cards existed long before commercialization. The Victorians exchanged tokens, notes, and handmade cards on February 14th. The tradition really took off when a reduction in postal rates following Sir Rowland Hill's postal reforms with the 1840 invention of the postage stamp made sending Valentine cards easier and anonymous. The number of Valentines increased, with 400,000 sent just 1 year after its invention. Now, corporate interests were quick to capitalize on this occurrence. In 1868, Cadbury was the first to put chocolates in a heart-shaped box. Mass-manufactured greeting cards were introduced in the United States in 1849 and sold by Hallmark in 1913. When did we get the first mass-produced Valentine's card? People started exchanging cards and handwritten letters to both lovers and friends during the 17th century. But it was in the 1840s that the first Valentine's Day cards were mass-produced in the United States, sold by Esther A. Howland. Known as the mother of American Valentine, Howland is credited with commercializing Valentine's Day cards in America, and she is remembered for her elaborate, crafty cards made with lace and ribbons. Have you ever wondered how did Cupid become a common symbol of Valentine's Day? He's the charming cherub that appears on Valentine's Day cards, often depicted with a bow and arrow. The figure Cupid can actually be traced back to 700 BC, to the Greek god of love and sex, Eros. Eros is represented as the son of Aphrodite, whose mischievous interventions in the affair of gods and mortals cause bonds of love to form, often illicitly. In later satirical poets, he is represented as a blindfolded child, the precursor to the chubby Renaissance Cupid, whereas in early Greek poetry and art, Eros was depicted as a young adult male who embodied sexual power and was a profound artist. It wasn't until the 4th century BCE that the Romans adopted Eros into the image of a cute little boy with a bow and arrow, naming him Cupid. By the turn of the 19th century, Cupid has become linked to Valentine's Day due to his love-matching powers. Nowadays, Americans spend a lot on love. According to the National Retail Foundation, Americans spent over $27.4 billion on Valentine's Day gifts in 2020, including $2.4 billion on candy alone. On average, people spent about $196 for Valentine's Day last year, with men spending around $291 compared to women spending $106. Can you guess what gift that people spend the most on for Valentine's Day? Candy and flowers might be some of the most common gifts for Valentine's Day, but according to the National Retail Federation, the items that we typically spend the most on for February the 14th is jewelry, at a whopping $5.8 billion in 2020. The second most paid for gift on Valentine's Day 2020 was an evening out at $4.3 billion, followed by clothing, candy, and den flowers. Who would have guessed it? Millions of couples get engaged on Valentine's Day. Valentine's Day is one of the most popular days to pop the question, with as many as 6 million couples getting engaged on February the 14th. According to an American Express survey, Valentine's Day was voted the best day of the year to propose than any other day. And of these people who voted, 40% of them were men. Have you ever seen conversational heart or sweetheart candies? Did you know they got their start as medical lozenges? Sweethearts, also known as conversation hearts, first began when a Boston pharmacist named Oliver Chase invented a machine in 1847 that simplified the way medical lozenges used for sore throats and other illnesses could be made. The result was America's first candy-making machine. Oliver soon started shifting his focus from making lozenges to candy instead. Daniel Chase, Oliver's brother, began printing wedding sayings on the candy in 1866. Now, the heart-shaped conversation candies, as we know today as sweethearts, first got their start in 1901. Hey guys, thank you for watching the video. Please like and subscribe to the Matter of Facts channel for future videos on interesting and awesome facts.